Scoodly doodly doo, it's time for another Welch review. Scoodly doodly doo doo.
Evening, gang! Welcome to another episode of the Welch Review. Today we're going to be talking about Jordan Peele's new movie, Nope. And Nope stars Keke Palmer as Emerald, and you might recognize Keke from Akeelah and the Bee, Hustlers, and one of the voices in the new Disney Pixar film Lightyear. You also have Daniel Kaluuya as OJ, right? Otis Jr. From Get Out, Judas and the Black Messiah, and Widows. So this marks the second collaboration with Jordan Peele, which is really cool. I hope they kind of develop that like Scorsese, De Niro type thing, or Fincher and Pitt, right? Kaluuya and Peele. That just has a nice ring to it. You have Steven Yeun as Jupe, and he was from The Walking Dead and Minari and Mayhem. You have Michael Wincott as Antlers Holst, and Michael Wincott was in Dead Man, What Just Happened, and Forsaken. And then you have Brandon Perea as Angel, and he was in the Netflix show The OA, Doom Patrol, and American Insurrection. And then also in this movie is the legendary Keith David as Otis Haywood Sr., right? So Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer's dad in the movie. And he was in The Thing. He voiced Spawn in the original TV show on HBO. And he was in They Live. So he's just a genre actor in his core, and I should say a legend in general. Like when I saw Keith David pop up on screen, I was instantly stoked. You're like, oh snap, Keith David's in this. Like, this is going to be dope. He just has that voice and presence, and it's nice to see him in big blockbusters like this. So I hope more directors, put their idols in their films, or like get some of these guys who are great and maybe never got the full recognition they deserved in these movies. And then, as said, this was written and directed by Jordan Peele, known for the Key and Peele sketch show on Comedy Central. He also wrote and directed Get Out and Us. He is the host or the narrator of the new Twilight series. So very, very, very ingrained in horror. And so without giving too much away, because I know this is a really new film, Nope is about this sibling duo who are running their family business, right? They do horse training, and rent their horses to film production companies, right? If they need horses in a commercial, in a movie, in a TV show, these guys are there and to help guide everything so the horses act smoothly and any problems that come up are dealt with. So it's a family business, and they're running it, and they're a little bit of a rut, and they're trying to keep everything afloat. And as they're doing this, they notice that some real suspicious things are going on in their part of town. And I can't really, I guess, go into further detail of what that could be, because that would give things away. Although I'm sure most of you have figured out that Nope is an anagram that stands for not of planet Earth, and what is not considered on planet Earth is considered an alien. And the trailers, I kind of give it away that it's a UFO, so I guess I can say a UFO is buzzing around their landscape and is abducting horses, among other things. And it's about how they then decide, okay, we're going to record this and hopefully use it to make some money, to elevate ourselves higher than where we're at and deal with some of the bills and such we got going on. And as they do this, it sends them on a tumultuous journey where they encounter several interesting characters, such as Steve Yeun's Jupe and Michael Wincott's Antlers Holst. And I guess that's a good place to pause right there. This is a relatively, as big a movie as it is, it feels very small, right? Like, because the cast is such a small cast that they focus on, and there's a lot of time with the Haywood siblings, right? Keke Palmer, Daniel Kaluuya. They do great playing off each other. You believe that they're siblings who have kind of drifted apart, where one has kind of stayed closer to home, try to help take care of the family business, while the other one's trying to strive out on their own and then that strange reconciliation between the two and how they build upward again together. So that whole family dynamic is very, very believable. Keke Palmer, I think, especially shines with her outgoing personality, and Daniel Kaluuya just kind of has like a stoic quietness to him. But like, you know, just because he's not talking doesn't mean you don't know he's not there, right? He has a very, very good screen presence, and that captures your attention just as much as Keke Palmer does, and how many words per minute she can get out, and like every one of them, you're just hanging on the tip of your tongue, waiting to see what she's going to say or how she's going to deliver something. You know, Jordan Peele really wrote two really strong and two really real characters for this film. You know, he did a really, really good job with that. Additionally, Steve Yeun as Jupe, he suffers from a very traumatic past in his dealings, and you can see where he's conflicted with his past and how he's trying to use that to help rejuvenate his career as an actor. And I gotta say, he plays a very tormented character, it seems, right? And when you see the flashback of what I'm talking about, I think it's arguable that that experience that he has, and that whole a couple scenes where you see exactly what he goes through, is actually more terrifying than what's presently happening with this UFO. So it'd be interesting to see if Jordan Peele dives back into this world and makes something based on Jupe's past with Gordy. That would really be something. And it would be terrifying, because I found myself thinking that's the most terrifying aspect of this movie was those scenes, at least when I felt the most scared. So anyhow, in terms of characters, those guys, you know, it really, really well done. And then the monster itself, right, the UFO, it's a very unique take on this genre, right, because you think UFOs are simply the vessels that the aliens are in. In some way, this monster is reminiscent of Jaws, right? I saw this with my fiance, and it was like, oh yeah, it's like Jaws, but in the sky. And that, it's really true. That is exactly what it's like. You know, I read somewhere it said that Peele's influence one was Jurassic Park, which is a Spielberg film, so is Jaws. And you can see that. You can see that very well with this movie. Another thing I would say is Godzilla 2000. The monster that Godzilla fights. Similar idea in that. But it's a very, very well written movie. It's a very well acted movie. It's a very well directed movie. You should definitely go take a look. It makes you look at clouds a little differently, right? Most people are like, oh, what do you see up there? It's an elephant, giraffe. No, that might change. You're like, oh wait, that's not moving. What's hiding behind there? So, thank you, Mr. Peele, for making clouds terrifying. I enjoyed the movie immensely. I can't wait to see what you do next. If you haven't already seen it, please make sure you do so. It's a really great blockbuster. I feel like we haven't had a big summer blockbuster until this. You know, I know Marvel movies technically are considered blockbusters in their own way, but like this is an original idea, and it's worth supporting. So definitely go take a peek at it, because it's a nice change of pace from things, and it's good to see like a monster movie dominating the box office again. I also like that it's one word, like Jaws. Nope, Jaws. I think that's real cool. Just keep that in mind when you go see it. But anyway, this has been the Welch Review, and we'll see you next time.